Alright, so this campaign starts a little different. Starts different to other stories. You are a small band of convicts. You're all here for your different nefarious and different sort of crimes that have happened. And you are currently being transported to the underground city of ephialtes, a prison complex set up by the majors and the lords of this region and this town to house prisoners and to just sort of improve the way of life up top with getting rid of criminals by just throwing them underground. So, yeah, you all slowly start to wake up from your long journey as you're all sort of looking around the car at your different compadres, other fellow prisoners in this cart. Yeah,
Finally awake.
one of the guards, one of the two guards who are you don't see them, but they're like carting with the horse. You get one of them turns around. It's like, oh, you're lot finally awake, eh? Well, I hope you got some good sleep because you won't be getting much when you're underground. And the other guard like chirps up. He's like, oh, come on, Jeff. There's no reason doing that. They'll get what they deserve when they're underground. It's like, yeah. Guess you're right. As they start carrying on through the town. Yeah, you wander through a quite nice town. Like it's a lot better than the towns you've seen. It's got nice
Yeah, I
sort
can't
of.
see it in the box.
Oh yeah. Everyone bar Luke sees the town because Luke's in a box.
Oh, an anti-magic box.
Yeah, Luke's in a box, so he can't see it. But uh,
Standard, standard.
yeah, everyone else can see this wonderful town. It's got nice structures. It's got very well built houses, and you see the people walking around the streets. They're very well posh. They have a lot of people wearing nice suits and women wearing nice sort of dresses and that. Like it's a very posh town. You can sort of deduce. And you keep making your way through town. The guards are like conversating. Would any of you listen to what the guards are saying, or would you just ignore them?
I would. I
Listening.
Have a
definitely would.
listen, yeah.
Yeah. So those who decide to listen, you sort of trying to you've not got much else to do. So you're listening to the guards, and the one you learned was called Jeff, the one that told you were awake. He was like, "Oh yeah, mate. Yeah, my holiday was great. Me and the missus, went across the world, went to a lovely region. Granted, a couple of the towns were a bit messed up. Something about some sort of leak. I don't know. They're not disclosing information to the public, but it's a nice port town. I think they call it Shale. Don't know, but they were in the midst of rebuilding it. Place looked great. But yeah, what a wonderful little region. Me and the missus had a wonderful holiday, and the other guy just responded with, good, glad you enjoyed yourself, and they just sort of carry on. So after like 10 minutes or so, you get to what looks to be like a cave entrance, and well, the guards sort of open the back of the wagon and like, all right, get off and get on the elevator. They sort of point towards the entrance to the cave, and they just. I'm assuming no one would resist. They do obviously pick up Luke's box and take it over because he's in a box. But would anyone resist? I would doubt. But seeing as
No,
yeah, you currently have
Oh,
nothing on you, by the way. You
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
you love an auto fighter. Yeah, but you
wait,
obviously
Tyler,
yeah.
do I have my arm or not?
Yeah,
Like, am I?
yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't find a way to remove it, but yeah, that's the only thing you have. You have your your armor, but everyone else has got nothing. So
Wait, they still have some sort of fucked up arm.
I've got a big old metal
well, he's an
arm.
artificer, yeah, so he has like a metal arm.
I want to be kind of, I find it very strange. I keep looking at them.
Yeah, you just
Just want this weird
you
thing.
keep looking at him, but
I'll just look at him and show him all the arms. It's like four of them in
yeah.
total.
So Dylan just like shows you his arms. So you get led on to. I couldn't find an elevator map before you all start fucking chatting. Couldn't find an elevator map. So it's best forgetting.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
fix this. All right. Just give us half.
You just you're in a box. Yeah. Luke is in a box within a box, but yeah, you're in an elevator.
A box in a box. I'm a box in a box.
Yeah, thank you for the label, Dylan. So yeah, you're in the elevator, as yeah, he's like, all right, yeah, we'll be leading you down, and then once you get checked out, you'll be released into the wild like animals. Box in a box. But yeah, as the guards sort of just stand there, make sure you don't try anything. You hear like the mechanical like gears and cogs like moving, turning as the elevator starts to slowly descend. You're descending through, and you see like you don't really see much at the start, as you just see like cave walls. But soon, it opens up, and you see bright lights of a quite sizable city below. Granted, from if any of you want to do a perception to get a better look.
Yeah, tell her what. I'll love to do perception.
Oh yeah, within a box, yeah.
What else see, Tyler?
So you look through the tiny holes within your box, and you just see bright lights. As you
I'll,
kind of yeah.
Is this hole an inch wide?
No.
I'll do a proper one then.
Kind of-
Tyler? Is this hole an inch wide?
No, it is not. Yeah, it is not an inch wide. Yeah, so Dylan, you sort of have a better look out, and obviously you also see the bright lights of the city below. Sort of realize it's an oak. It's not as well built as the city up top, but it's quite sort of a big like encampment. There's a lot of buildings like tightly packed together, like, and you could just see a lot of bright sort of lights around the town. Yeah. So as you're descending now, you're about halfway down this elevator shaft, and all of a sudden you start hearing like kind of like a clunking noise and some like weird clanging, and all of a sudden the elevator stops midair. You just sort of hovering, or you it just stops the elevator, and the guard's like, "Oh, don't you worry about that, lads. It's old machinery. Don't really care to replace it. Just give it a minute. It'll start back up. Not like we care anyway, but so the guards are just
He's
stuck
on
there.
here with us, isn't he?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
This fuck's up. He's stuck with us.
Yeah, but he doesn't care because you don't have weapons. Well, he doesn't.
I'm stuck in the box,
Um,
so I don't need weapons, but I'm stuck in the
yeah.
box.
So it's the cart's just stuck there. Well, the elevator's stuck there, just hovering, and like there's a small you notice like looking around, there is a small hatch in the ceiling as like a maintenance hatch, but neither of the guards care to go up and check. They're just fucking stood there waiting, expecting some sort of miracle. And you notice for a second a small pouch gets like dropped in to the elevator, and it opens like it drops open, and weird sort of gas starts to emit from the bag. That the guards turn around and like, oh shit, fucking Jeff, fucking kick it out, summit. The guy just goes to stomp on the bag, which in turn makes this worse as it just spreads the gas more.
Poison.
You don't.
Great.
Uh,
Method.
I want everyone to do a con save to see how much you're affected by this.
I've got. Would it be poison otherwise?
It's not a poison, no.
Damn, then I can't use. I don't get advantage. I would have thought it would affect me. The gas.
Oh, fuck yeah.
What'd you get?
Uh-oh, it's not sending. I've got an 18.
Alright, yeah. Jason, have you rolled yours?
Yeah, I should have done that.
Why is
Oh,
that
yeah, there
not
it is,
sent?
yeah. So 19. It's alright. You told me you got an 18. So yeah, as the
Yeah.
gas starts to hurt me. Luke, who's sort of on the lower ground and in his box, can't really protect himself in ways, so he takes the brunt of it. Dylan, you get partially affected. Like you start to feel the effects quite well. Same with Jason and Colin, but you two, you feel fairly fine. You still feel a bit not wheezy, but you feel a bit like shaky. You feel a bit tired, like you're stumbling about. Uh, yeah, the guards, these two are like the worst for wear. They're like barely standing, using the weapons, and like, what the fuck is this? For Jason and Corbin, because you got a well enough score. You see someone jump down from the hatch. You can't you notice them, but you don't really make out a figure. You just see the color red. You know this mysterious like person uh like aims something above the guards, and you hear a loud banging noise, which sort of sets you all off and makes you stumble more. Next thing Corbin and Jason see, because they took less of the brunt, is both the guards laying there,
Oh,
just dead. If I can actually click, laying there dead, bleeding all over the fucking side of the elevator. The person then turns. You make you two, Jason and Corbin. You make out what seems to be well, a pair of eyes. You can't really hear the person, seeing as it's a bit muffled, but you feel like you hear them say sorry, somewhat along those lines. As he sort of the person knocks you all out, as you all sort of fall to the floor because of the gas.
what?
Well, yeah, you're not like poisoned, but you fell like asleep. You fell unconscious because of it.
Sleeping gas.
Yeah, sleeping gas basically.
Hmm.
But Jason and Corbin didn't get the worst of it, so you two sort of stay semi-conscious for what seems like the journey. You both sort of wake up every now and then to see you're in yet another cart being sort of wheeled away somewhere. You keep seeing the bright lights of the city. They seem like they start to get closer after a while, and then you both fall completely unconscious. Uh, you you feel like you're awake. You don't know how long it's been, but you can hear two people chatting. Yeah, you hear a voice like, "Oh my God, you idiot! You mean you had to kill both the guards? Well, the gas would be enough." And yeah, you wake up. You all slowly get to your senses. Jason and Corbin would wake up before the other two, but
In the box.
you're actually out the box now. You're out the box on a chair.
It's not in the box.
I'm instantly gonna turn into a dragon. Make myself like a dragon again.
You attempt it. You're still a bit wary, but you get there after a bit. You do transform into a dragon, and they're like, "Oh, that is new. Uh,
Sorry, I
well,
just prefer this form.
that is
I prefer
fine.
this.
Oh, it's good to see you all awake. The man here, this man here, the one to the left, he turns to the other one and sort of scowls him, going like, "See, you know, what would happen if these fine gentlemen were to be hurt, huh?" He's like, the man turns, he's like, "Ain't not my problem. You decided to bring him here. Never said what condition." Like, oh, you idiots. Well, it is quite wonderful that you lot are awake. Anyway, I guess I should get to introductions. It's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Dr. Ludwig, and my associate Red here. We brought you here as we realised you folks were being brought down the elevator today, and I guess you could say you're lucky. You've been well somewhat saved. If you lot were to go into them streets alone, especially in the ways the guards treat people, you probably would have survived a bit, but without any equipment, you would have been quite screwed. Anyway, Red, while I explain to these gentlemen our proposition, would you mind go getting their equipment that you got back from the guards? The man gives a short nod and then heads out the room into one of the other rooms. It's like, yes, sorry about the sort of collection part, gentlemen. It's very difficult these days to get past the guards, and didn't want to cause any more alarm than we had to. But anyway, oh yeah.
Where is here?
Oh, yes. No, Gas can do that to you. I should really Well, here, you are inside the city of ephialtes. You're in sort of the main area in a small little warehouse we call home. But yeah. So, does that answer your question, or do you need more?